can burn. I'm keeping my lamp full, waiting on the bridegroom. Cause when the kingdom comes, say I wanna be ready. We're keeping our lamps full.
Welcome back to Lamp Oil Stock, an Israelite channel where we look at issues from an Israelite perspective. And before we get started, please take a moment to subscribe or give us a like, something to that effect. Also, share our content if you find meaning in this and you think this would be helpful to someone. Let us know that you're out there, all those type of things. Thank you so very much for spending a little bit of time with us today. And we're going to start something different. What do we got today?
Well, I was wanting to talk about The Matrix.
Okay.
Not so much the whole movie, because, the first and the second one were pretty good. The third one was shit. It will always be shit. But in the first movie,
So we're doing movie reviews?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead. I'm just checking.
Are you interrupting?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Thank you. Anyway, so, in The Matrix, the first movie, you're watching it and everything's good. You got this guy, Neo. He's flying through the air, like Superman. And then at the end of the movie, these drones start coming.
Okay.
And he does something to freeze them and make them stop.
You're talking about the second movie, but okay, yeah.
Is that the second movie?
That's the second movie. In the first movie, he's just a guy, and people from outside of the Matrix, wake him up to the idea of the Matrix, and he fights off the... You haven't seen this movie in a long time, have you?
It's been a long time. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
But regardless, go right ahead.
So the second movie, he's supposedly outside of the Matrix,
right,
in the city, right?
He's somewhere, yeah.
Okay, and then before it goes off, these drones are coming at him and he freezes them.
Right. Yeah.
And then the movie ends.
Yep.
And it's like, what the hell? He's not in the Matrix.
Right.
How could he freeze them? And I remember when I first watched it, that just kind of plagued my mind for a long time.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm weird, but it did, because it just didn't make any sense to me.
Right.
But now today I see a lot of Israelites, and they seem like they are Neo in the Matrix.
You mean in the second movie? They're
Right.
waking up, but they're waking up, but they still have, like Neo, he's woken up, he's not in the Matrix, but now he has powers outside, like he was still in the Matrix.
Well, yeah, because, you find out that Neo is still in the Matrix. And I feel like a lot of these Israelites who believe they are woke are still in the Matrix. Because it's like they wake up and they realize, oh, Christ is black, yay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, whatever, they're Israelites.
Okay.
Yay. Let's keep the laws. Yay.
Yep.
And then that's it. They're done. Then the rest of their time they spend it talking about how Jesus is black, how who the Israelites are.
Right.
And trying to debate people or talk bad about people about the law.
Okay.
And if they're keeping it. They spend a lot of time arguing this thing and that thing.
Right.
And all of that is great. All of that is wonderful. I believe that everybody should wake up to this understanding. But there's so much more.
Okay.
And it doesn't seem like they're putting time and energy into finding that's so much more. We were looking at Facebook, and there was this guy who had made a meme of a girl.
Right.
And he was like, this showed an image of some very beautiful black lady.
Right.
With her head covered in a scarf, and then it showed this meme of a lady who had some fake hair in.
Right.
And he had done a lot of posts and put up a lot of memes with this lady in it. And then she had said, hey, don't use me as a meme. Take
Right.
that down. I didn't ask you to.
Now that lady's an Israelite.
Right.
Okay.
She's
I'm
an
just want to
Israelite.
bring that up. Yeah.
And all he could do, or couldn't seem to get past the, I'm saying that it's wrong for you to have this hair in.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't seem to get past that in order to get some wisdom or some understanding, or to see that, yeah, but we're supposed to love each other, and for you to be making fun of this lady, that's not showing her love. That's not, you're supposed to be representing the Most High. Where is you deciding what beauty is? Showing love. How is that showing love?
Right.
Where do you get off trying to force your opinion on someone else? And more importantly, how do you feel as if there's God in you when you're treating one of our people like that?
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. I see what you're saying. You know, where was the love being shown to her? I mean, I understand you're pointing out this. You may be trying to point out this difference in the law or this understanding. I got you there, but what about the person herself? I mean, nobody knows her. We don't know her situation, or you don't know anything about her, and almost to be shaming her that way.
Right. And, as far as I've read or I've seen, there is no law that says a person can't put in hair extensions.
Right. Yeah.
And even if there is, there are so many other issues that are more pressing than whether or not this person decides to put hair extensions in. And by the way, we know in the Bible that the women made themselves look appealing.
Yeah.
In some ways.
Yeah, but see, actually, in all reality, to me, that's extra. The thing was, she was an Israelite. We're Israelites. She asked to say, "Hey, listen, take me out of this. You're making this point. That's fine. Leave me out of it." And he could not do that. I mean, he just kept using. He could have easily switched the picture and the post. He could have done anything. But no, he was just stuck on stupid. As far as I can tell, he's just stuck on stupid.
Even if he is right, that God says you cannot put hair extensions in your head. Even if he is right, we don't know where this lady is in her growth. He doesn't know where this lady is in her growth. No one comes in all white. It is a process of finding out who you are, turning yourself back to the Most High, and then as you are learning, the Most High is changing you from the inside out.
Right.
Not, I say that I'm coming back to the law, and all of a sudden everything I've ever done or thought that was wrong is gone. It just doesn't work that way. Or, I'm sorry, it has not worked that way for me.
I got you.
It
I
has
understand.
been a gradual process.
Right.
And so you see that, and you see people yelling about beards. You see people yelling and getting upset about Esau.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I believe that Esau is the white man.
Right.
I could be wrong. Because it's not something that I've done a lot of in-depth research on. I listened to other people who I believed had done the in-depth research. It made sense to me. I accepted it. But then someone came to me and said, no, Esau is not the white man. He is the Palestinian man.
Right.
I listened to what he had to say. I kind of looked up some stuff. I see where he was coming from, but some of the things that he said didn't really go along with what I thought about other things. You know, it didn't, everything didn't seem to match up with scripture. So I was like, maybe, whatever. But at the end of it, for me, what was important was me getting myself right.
Right.
Internally, me turning back to the Most High, me figuring out how He wanted me to live and how I should be doing that, not who Esau is.
Right.
That to me, even though I'm not saying it's unimportant, because everything that the Most High talks about is important, but when I woke up, I was, like filthy rags.
Right.
And what was most important to me, things that I have sought out and searched, was who is the Most High.
Right. Because that's the most important part. I mean, all this other stuff that's all great and wonderful. There's plenty of other things out there. But trying to get yourself right and getting that relationship with the Most High, that is the point.
And so that to me was the most important thing, finding out who He was. I came from a Christian church. I bought everything that I had been sold when I was in the Christian church. And when God started to wake me up and I started to see where I had been lied to and misled, I was determined that now that I've started to get this sight or this light, that I wasn't going to be tricked or fooled again.
Right.
So my first step was to find out as much about the Most High as I possibly could. That way, if somebody came to me with some crazy, I would be able to notice it.
Right. I'm with
and
you.
rebuke it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, I just don't feel like I've lived long enough in this truth to be delving into, in great length, something other than that.
Right.
And, you have, in the Bible, you have the Most High, it talks about for the most part in the Old Testament, and then the New Testament it talks about Christ for the most part. And in the Old Testament, God gave the law, and then in the New Testament, Christ came and He started living the law.
Right.
And one of the issues that it seemed to have is that people had the law and they were being very rude and nasty to other people using the law. But they weren't showing any love in that.
Right.
And so you have a time where Christ says to listen to what these people say, but don't do as they do.
I got you. Yeah. He's talking about the Pharisees, right?
Yeah, right. Because they would preach it, they would read the law on the Sabbath, and so he was saying, listen to what they say, because what they're saying is right, but the way that they are applying stuff isn't necessarily the right way to do it.
Right.
And now I see like a lot of people have woken up and come back to the law, but they haven't really incorporated the love that is the first law into it. Mm-hmm. This by no means says that the law is not important. The law is all important, but since the first law is love, that has to be all important as well.
Right. So the idea is correction is, when we're talking about correction, because that's part of what's going on here. We're talking about correction. It is supposed to be correction in humility and love.
Right.
Now, I don't know the quote for that.
I don't know. They can look it up.
Yeah, I don't know the quote for that. But that is the idea, is that we are all looking to be improved. But we're not, it's not improvement through shame. That's not the point. You're not supposed to, as I read it, the idea is not to force people through force into a corrected type of action. That's not the idea here. The idea is to explain the law, show the law, help people to understand the law, and then help them apply it.
Right. So you look at a pastor. Right now, we are set up as, I'm not pastors, but we are set up as people who are trying to spread the message.
You're talking about
Or-
Israelites in general.
Yeah, that we are saying that we got a little understanding, so you should listen to what we're saying.
Right.
So if people on the outside want to talk bad about us or put us down, it would be hurtful, mind you. But we put ourselves in the position when we started making these videos.
Right.
So you got to take the good with the bad. Or if you look at a pastor, someone who says they're a prophet, which we don't say we are, but if you said you were a prophet, then you are going to be judged harshly, or more harshly than the average person. But that average person who is just coming into it, trying to understand and read the laws, there is no reason for you at any time to be nasty and rude to this person, because at that point you are sending them away from the Most High. You're saying that this rudeness, this nastiness is who the Most High is, and that's not who he is. I have not found him to be rude and nasty anywhere in the Bible.
Right.
Strict. Yes, but not just outwardly rude and nasty for no reason. That's why the Bible says if you have an issue with someone, you should take it to them privately.
Right.
Now, after that, you may be able to take it publicly, but if they don't do anything about it, if there's no correction, but you're not supposed to come at them all out in the open in order to embarrass them.
Right.
Because what about you?
Yeah. This is what we were talking about in. I want to say it might be in the Red Letter Bible series that we haven't put up yet. I mean, the one that we're working on. I can't remember which part it's in, where Christ talks about taking the mote out of your eye before you worry about taking the beam out of someone else's. And
We never get that right. But yeah.
But I'm not using that exact quote. But the idea, the thought behind this is, we all have some issues. We all got some issues, and correction in love is the point. Helping someone get past their issues, helping them get closer to the Most High, not forcing somebody, not using force to do it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I may not be using the best way to describe it. That's one of the points with this channel is, as we say at the end or with each video, the whole idea is to get each person to go back to the Bible and read it for themselves. Because the real correction comes in your own heart as you develop that relationship with the Most High.
I may not agree with every Israelite, and if they say something that is just way outside of the Bible, then I might call them out. Because I get upset, but for the most part, I try to remember that I was nothing but filthy rags, and even with all of the searching and the seeking that I've been doing, I'm still just filthy rags. And when you look at it through that lens, then how can you be all haughty and mighty when it comes to dealing with a brother or a sister? Someone who is trying to learn and understand and grow, Now, I'm talking about those people who are trying to learn and understand and grow. You got somebody who says, I don't give a damn about God. Well, I don't give a damn about them.
Right.
But someone who's coming to your channel or my channel, or coming to listen to someone speak about the Most High, and the first thing you want to do is call out something that you think is wrong in them, well, I'm going to say what you should have done was seek out the stuff that was wrong in you. in order to do that in the first place.
Right.
So the thing is, are we still in the matrix? If this is what our people are doing, and I know it's not all people because I ain't doing it, or at least I'm trying my best not to do it. I can't say every time I pass that test, but I'm trying my best, and I feel like all of us need to be doing that as well.
I'm with you. Did you get out what you wanted to say there?
I'm feeling a little better about it. Okay.
All right. Well, guys, listen, thank you so very much for taking a few moments to listen to what we have going on here. Once again, if you don't mind, if you like the content that we have, please give us a like or
a dislike.
Share the comment if you found something in it that touches you. Thank you all so very much for all the views and all the comments and things that we get throughout the days.
Platforms.
Throughout the platforms. Thank you for all of that. Once again, you got anything else?
Kwame Yasharala.
Bye.
I'm broken. Cleanse me from my sin.